the Gino Morgan court for Wasatch Academy basketball on High School Rewind and Deseret News. Rewind, DeseretNews.com. Dusty Lister and Dane Stewart with you tonight. The Wasatch Academy Tigers welcome in the Springville Red Devils. And Dane, we've had people tell us that this might be the biggest opponent that has come into this gym in the short tenure of David Evans.
Yeah, in fact, you talked to Coach Justin Snow before the game. He says, hey, I'm coming here for my big man. Of course, that being the 6'9" senior center, Zach Vicente, the young man committed to Idaho State University. He's averaging 20 points a game, 12 rebounds a game, and this is going to be an opportunity for him to go up against more talented, more physical players than he's used to, and a great opportunity for him to showcase what ability he has as he prepares for that next level.
Wasatch Academy coming off that double overtime thriller last Saturday against Rocky Mountain High School. Last night they played Skyline. It was an easy win, but Dave, we learned a lot about this team in that game against Rocky Mountain.
Yeah, they had no bench in that game. They only could run 7 players in the ball game, and yet they found a way in double overtime to get the win. And when you look at that, hey, it's some of the experience. Mike Saunders, a senior point guard, was the MVP of the tournament. He had some big plays, but it was really Foose, big Foose, that made some game-changing plays in that ball game with Monty Sissoko on the bench. Caleb Lohner, Foose, can they hold down the post against Vicente? It's going to be a real fun battle to watch on both sides.
It'll be very interesting. Can they take it in? And a little bit different than Saturday night. Coach Evans has a full bench. Because they play the JV team, they only had 7 guys on that one. But tonight, if Caleb were to get into foul trouble, which he has done, they would have options to bring in to throw at Vicente. But I think he might need to go through a few of those options tonight. Yeah. They're going to put the ball in his hands and let the big guy go after it. So it'll be Caleb Lohner jumping it up against Vicente. But also talking with Coach Snell, he said, hey, we got to go the way of our point guard. They got to make it happen tonight. And we will start with, I think we'll go Wasatch Academy.
Yeah, to finish that thought, senior point guard Paul Terry, young man averaging 13 points a game, said when he plays well, we are really good. And when he doesn't, then things can be a little questionable for the Red Devils. A lot riding tonight on Paul Terry and his performance against next level talent in the backcourt of Wasatch Academy.
It was interesting. We thought we'd be talking about Vicente, and Coach Snell's one that brought up Terry, saying he's our guy. As Isaacs opens it up as Pop knocks down the 3.
How about a team, Dusty? A team in Wasatch Academy. They're shooting 45% from beyond the arc. I mean, how do you keep up scoring? No wonder they're averaging over 100 points a game.
Riggs in the corner, sends it out to Murphy. That ball's out of bounds off the Wasatch Academy and will stay here.
And if you follow our coverage, how about the development of Colomero? He's really come on this year. He's been solid. He had the defense on that last play.
Vicente was expecting more contact from Lohner, and Lohner kind of pulled the chair out.
Might have been a little bit of the moment. You're right. You're set up underneath. You have an easy look and maybe expecting some contact there and just shoot it hard off the glass.
Isaacs turns that one over, back down the floor with the Red Devils. Riggs was stuck underneath, gives it up. Vicente with the board and the bucket. Vicente is averaging a double-double, over 20 points and 12 rebounds.
Shooting 65% from the line, 58% from the floor. And that's what they love, right? Get the big man an easy bucket.
Colomero off on the 3. Saunders knocks that one off of Terry and will stay here.
Gritty play by Richie Saunders, and we've seen his development here under Coach Evans. The defense really pick up. His development, a good one heading to BYU.
Isaacs to trigger the inbound. 6:46 left in the opening quarter. As inbound in the backcourt to Mike Saunders will walk it into the front. Over to Richie Saunders. Richie will pull for 3. Back rim, and the rebound tipped out into the hands of Lohner. He'll shoot the 3, and it rims out as well. And the rebound claimed by Riggs and the Red Devils. Try to drop that one inside, and it's saved in by Lohner into the hands of Colomero. Leo on the push. Leo, Euro step to the rim. And it's 5-2, Wasatch Academy.
Coast to coast for Leo. Got to stop the basketball against this Wasatch Academy running attack. An impressive job by Colomero.
Riggs tracks that one down in the corner. Up top now with Terry. Terry off the screen, heads by Isaacs now on the angle. Here's Murphy. Terminates, sends out, nearly mishandled there by Wolf, but he does lose it. Send it ahead. Isaacs lays it in. He's got 5 points here in the first quarter.
What a great addition Richard Isaacs has been to this squad. 16 points a game, running the point has been great.
Lohner with the steal. Colmero skip to Isaacs. Pulls for three. Rims out on the rebound taken by Riggs. Nice back to Terry. Terry over to Wolf now in the corner. But Murphy is Caleb Lohner going to pick up the foul. It'll be the first foul of the ball game. 5:21 left in the first.
There have been a couple of those moments where it looked like, I think it might have been Riggs, it might have been Haslam or Murphy, where if you're a little more decisive, you might have an opportunity to get a shot. But I think Springville right now being a little tentative, trying to think a little too much on the offensive end.
Riggs travels there in the corner. And it's a turnover for the Red Devils. 5:19 to go in the first quarter. And a 7-2 start for Wasatch Academy. Mike Saunders up top to Caleb Lohner, now on the angle with Isaacs. Into the corner, Lohner. He dribbled it. Coach Snell can't believe it, and then the block by Vicentin.
Lohner even smiled like, oh, I can't believe I just did that.
Pulled for three, and Riggs it comes out. Vicentin with the board. Off the mark, and will stay here. He's missed 2 point-blank shots, and I think very uncharacteristic for Vicentin.
Yeah, he's missed a pair of them, and again, I think it's expecting that contact and it not quite coming. Just got to settle down a little bit, clear the mechanism, right?
Oh. Yeah, great inbounds play, and Riggs lays it in, and it's 7-4.
Yeah, screen freed him up, no communication, left all alone at the rim. Nice play there for Springville on the inbound.
Colmero on the angle to Riggs, now in the corner to Richie Saunders. 4:35 left in the first. Mike Saunders guarded by Murphy. Isaacs down the lane, takes the bump, gets the bucket, and that's 7 points for Richard Isaacs Jr.
How about a hand on the basketball and the strength of Isaacs to finish it?
And Riggs misses the layup on the push and Lohner. Leave it for Mike Saunders. Transition three for the future Bearcat, and it's 12-4. Timeout, David Evans. 4:09 left in the first quarter. Wasatch Academy 12, Springville 4. And welcome back into Gino Morgan Court. Dusty Litster, Dane Stewart out of the timeout. Dane, an up and down start for Wasatch Academy, but this is the point in the game where they opened 13-1 against Rocky Mountain, and then Rocky Mountain came back.
Yeah, Rocky Mountain had some shooters though, and I think Springville, they've had some open looks and have missed them. I don't know if they have that same offensive ability to come back from such a deficit.
And he can't leave once at the rim, and that's Mortensen missing at the rim. Leo on the other end. Vicentin tracks him down and gets the block. How about that for Vicentin?
How about 2 blocks in there, early going for the big 6'9" center. The defense has been there. Had a couple nice rebounds, a couple blocks.
And they're letting some contact go. The fall through may have gotten Leo a little bit as well. No whistle. 3:51 left in the first quarter. Outside with Isaacs. Colmero now to Mike Saunders. The three goes. That's a shooter's roll if there ever was one.
Yeah, it is home gym, and Mike Saunders able to take advantage of it. Got a little discussion from Coach Evans that last time out about his defense, but the offense, boy, the last 2 possessions have been great.
Terry off on his first 3. Biddenson going to pick up the foul. It'll be the first team foul on the Red Devils.
And I don't want it to be disparaging to Mike Saunders Jr. at all. It was off that inbound play that we talked about. Coach Evans said, you got to defend that. You got to stay with them. But how about the response from the senior, able to knock down a pair of threes, and this thing pushed up to 11 just like that.
critical juncture here for Springville as Vicente's going to go to the bench. 3:29 left in the first quarter. As Isaacs walks into the front court. Isaacs into the corner to Ritchie. Now Mike Saunders back out. Ritchie for three. Off the mark and a rebound claimed by the Red Devils. Ritchie 0 for 2 from deep as Thomas got the board.
Great job by Lohner not coming over the back on that. You could kind of see he wanted to go after that rebound and then maybe thought, I can't give up a foul there. Great recognition.
Biddison can't get that one to go, and then the foul going to be charged to Riggs. And that'll be the second team foul on the Red Devils. There's a rarity, seeing some frustration out of the coaching staff from Wasatch Academy. Frustrated with how up 11, but they're frustrated with the execution right now, the spacing. There was a steal. Biddison rips it to the rim and got it. Nick, because here's the interesting thing. There's 3 layups at least. We was given 3 of the 5. And all of a sudden, this is a 2 or 3-point game. Richie Saunders can't get it.
And you know, a couple possessions ago, I almost felt like there wasn't movement that they were expecting. Is another 3-ball hit here by Isaacs.
10 points in the first quarter for Isaacs. 18-6. Riggs skip into the corner. Biddison doesn't pull on the 3, and there's a near steal from Mike Saunders out to Terry. Terry working on Saunders. And Terry on the drive forces the contact, and they call charge. As stepping in and getting that one was Isaacs.
And Terry picks up the personal. And you know, talking again with Coach Snell before the game, said when he's aggressive, you know, when he's penetrating and able to get the dish, we have the finish at the rim, we're really good. And that time gets called for the offensive foul.
Coach Snell arguing that there was a foul, that he was fouled on the drive.
I mean, if you're Springville, you want that call going the other way tonight, right?
Especially when you got Terry picking up the foul and how important he is to his team. Is Saunders sent to the corner, Isaacs on the pump, steps aside the arc, doesn't get it, and Riggs, who's been everywhere in this first quarter, pulls down the rebound.
They've done a nice job rebounding the basketball tonight so far.
Murphy sends out, Biddison blocked by Leo Colmero, and Biddison goes, I've never had that happen in Region 8.
Huh? How about Big Foose, huh? Comes out blocking a 3-point shot. We mentioned with Coach Evans before the game, it was his steal at midcourt that really brought Wasatch Academy back into that game against Rocky Mountain. The defense of the junior has been impressive.
You could never say never have I ever been blocked on a 3. That's over. Off the screen. Riggs sent out to Murphy. Murphy forces the issue. And now up on the corner, Springville just kind of all over. Is skip into the corner. Austin Mortensen got caught in the air instead of shooting it. Biddison nearly got the steal. Kind of just choppy now as Isaacs to the corner to Richie Saunders. Richie on the take, give it up to Big Foose, who lays it in.
That aspect that Springville wanted so badly tonight, the driving handoff, that time it's Saunders to Foose for Wasatch Academy. And in case there was any confusion of Springville, they're learning very quickly, it's not Region 8 Wasatch. There's a very important word for the back half of the opponent, that's Academy. Riggs
sends up, 40 seconds left in the quarter, into the corner, and the 3 is off the mark. Actually, thought it was good. Other guys have left the floor as well as Riggs. Nice job getting the offensive rebound, and Riggs gets his first bucket.
I thought it was good too. I mean, that thing just died straight down.
Died straight down, and the net barely moved.
Yeah.
20 seconds to go. Richie Saunders. That's out of bounds off of Mortensen. Austin Mortensen, the most shocking wide receiver in the state of Utah this last year in the football season.
As quarterback Peyton Murphy on the floor tonight as well. So fun to see those guys without helmets.
Who knew Peyton Murphy rocked the band bun?
Right? I don't think that fits under a helmet though, right? You let
it
that
gets
thing
hidden
flow.
really, really well, yeah. You gotta let that flow go.
Yeah, yeah.
Tom Brady did it for a minute. 10 seconds left in the quarter. Riggs tries to sit down in the corner. Mortensen knocks out of bounds. 6 seconds left.
Good defense there by Springville these last 2 possessions. See if they can finish out the quarter strong.
Inbound into Foose. Fall away Jay. Got it. This kid, that's good. They'll count if it goes from Terry, and it hits the rafter. And a one. It's Wasatch Academy 22 and Springville 8. You're watching Wasatch Academy basketball on High School Rewind.
When I go to an employer, I have military veterans and education on my resume, and it's always impressed them. It's always given me that edge. They know that I'm somebody that would be dependable and hardworking, that I know how to work in stressful environments, but still overcome it and get the job done. I know I owe that all to the National Guard and joining the military.
Welcome back inside Gino Morgan Court. Dusty Lister and Dane Stewart. As always, our commentary presented by Heidemann and Associates and brought to you by the Utah Army National Guard. Dane, that first quarter, not a lot of things went well for Springville. And though they're down 14, they have opportunities. This game really is closer than the score indicates.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, they've had opportunities. They just haven't executed on those opportunities. We've talked about the missed bunnies at the rim. I can think of 4 right now, just off the top of my head. That's 8 points, right? I mean, this could be a 6-point ball game. Could have had double what they have. I think the defense has actually been good. The rebounding has been pretty good, but obviously gave up 22 points and would love to find a way to try to slow up this Wasatch Academy team, especially if they want to try to win.
And that pass off the mark. But 'tis the season to say it. If ifs and buts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. And that's exactly what Coach Snell would say right now.
Yeah, and I love that look to try to get it inside your big man. He told us he scheduled this game for him, but I don't know. I mean, I didn't think it was a terrible entry pass. It had a lot of steam behind it. It was tough. Couldn't bring it in, and it's an early turnover for Springville.
Coach Snell does not agree with that.
Been a couple calls he's not agreed with. We were talking with him. He said, "Hey, last time I saw you guys, we won. That was a state championship. And they were maybe considered as big of underdogs as they are here tonight."
As big, the best state championship game I've ever seen.
Unreal, huh?
Into the corner, the 3 rattled home by Brennan Rigsby.
First point tonight for Rigsby. This is a young man. We talk about development of guys like Saunders. I think he's got a bright future from beyond the arc here at Wasatch Academy. We've seen him grow and that shot become more consistent here just this year.
And he's just a sophomore. As that one left short, Vicentin gets the board and bucket. His 4 points come off of 2 offensive boards. As Isaac goes the other way, stripped by Wolf on the push. Here's Murphy. Gives it up. Into the corner, Mortensen. 4-3. Austin Mortensen knocks down the triple.
The great equalizer, and I've talked to people about the Springville team. They said in-state this is a very complete team. They've got nice big men and shooters, and Mortensen hitting the first 3 of the ball game for Springville.
Saunders short on the 3, rebound taken by Wolf. On the run now with Terry. Murphy. Work around outside. We talked to Coach Snell. It's a tough spot your team. As Wolf thought he'd get the call, takes the bump, gets the bucket, and now it's a 10-point game. But we talked to Coach Snell. So tell us about your team. He's got a big guy with a lot of shooters, and those shooters got to show up. Rigsby again. Coffin corner. 28-15.
6 threes already for Wasatch Academy tonight. One of the big differences in this ball game.
Got stuck, sending up top to Terry. 6 minutes to go in the first half. Terry off the screen of Vicentin. Hand back to Mortensen. Mortensen on the drive against Rigsby and draws the foul. And it'll be Austin Mortensen going the line for 2 free throws.
Good decision here to try to get to the rim for Mortensen. And talked about Springville's ability. And I mean, we mentioned Vicentin. His points tonight have come off of rebounds and putbacks. And so get to the rim. It's been your best offense for your big man. And hey, you might get a foul situation such as here. And Mortensen with a chance for a pair.
The first free throw no good for Mortensen. Richie Saunders and Caleb Lohner come back on. Riggs will come on for Terry. the second good for Mortensen as well. Back up the floor. Isaacs, 5:45 left. Isaacs 3 off the mark. Rigsby pulls down the rebound. He's got all 6 Wasatch Academy points in the quarter. Foose has that one slapped away by Vicente, and they'll stay here. This is what I think is interesting for David Evans, is to have Lohner and Foose on the floor at the same time with Mari Sissoko. Right now they're playing as though he's not coming back.
Yeah.
He will, but they're playing and acting as though he's not.
Well, I mean, it's a great opportunity for those two young men to develop. Look, I mean, Lohner has an opportunity to maybe be a stretch 4 or 3 at the next level. But I think Foose, he's going to be a young man that is probably going to grow and probably going to play in the blocks. He has the ability to hit a jumper. We've seen that already. But an opportunity for him to really get good minutes and development of a game inside for Wasatch Academy.
Foose setting that one back out to Isaacs. Isaacs gets down the lane, around the defenders and misses at the rim. Edison pulls down the rebound. On the run now with Murphy.
Man, he missed that shot, but he made it look so much easier than it really was, didn't he?
Outside and now straight away.
It's been an 8-6 start to the second quarter. No, my math is wrong. Never mind. No, that's right.
Yeah.
8-6 quarter.
Yeah.
For Springville.
Wolf backs it out, 4.5 left in the first half. As Wolf gets his second bucket, he's got 4 in the quarter. Up on that line and Haslam. Without looking at the wrong name, as there's a foul. Vicenton didn't get the one earlier, and that one he does, and Foose will go to the line. Apologize, had that one wrong. That's Haslam.
You know, how about this Wasatch Academy team as well, Dusty? We've talked about they've had moments where they pick up fouls. They've only got 2 team fouls. We're midway through the second quarter. That's probably a welcome shift for Coach Evans, right? 15 foul on Springville, but they've done a much better job of defending and not committing cheap fouls here in the first half tonight.
Foose gets them both. I'm a little surprised here. Bracken Funk missed his sound.
Yeah, where's the Mario, right?
Yeah, there's the 3 from Biddison. Timeout, Coach Snell, and don't look back. Here come the Springville Red Devils. 4:12 left in the half.
First to fight for the right and to build the nation's might, and the Army goes rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won, and the Army goes rolling along.
.12 left in the first half. How about the second quarter from Springville?
It's been good, Dusty. They hit a couple outside shots. Mortensen and Biddison the latest. Talk about really good interior play with some outside shooters. They've started to show up here in the second quarter, and that lead is cut to back to single figures.
Isaacs walks up the floor, 4:05 to go. Wasatch Academy has been a little off here.
Couple baseline screens, a much better job by Springville there communicating and rotating.
Rigsby misses on the 3. Big Foose with a board and a foul to Biddison. They'll put Foose at the line for 2 free throws. Go Gadget Arms with number 32.
Yeah, second personal there on Biddison, the 6th team on Springville. So free throws the rest of the way for Wasatch Academy here in this first half as Foose 60% from the line. Getting a pair. He's already gone 2 for 2 today.
First free throw good.
And Foose, thank you. You know, people always talk about the broadcaster's curse. Just proof, ain't no thing, right?
Ain't nothing like a chicken wing, as the movie says. Don't draw attention to it. 3:45 left in the half. Riggs, working on Rigsby. Into the corner, Biddison. Pulls for three and hits his third. And Coach Evans saying he switched his pivot foot. Saunders for the answer.
First bucket of the game for Richie, coming right there inside the halfway mark of the second quarter. But boy, Coach Snell was frustrated. You get a big three and you give it right back.
Up top to Terry. And here's the thing that Coach Snell would take. They've been doing this and not a huge output from Terry or Vicentin.
Right.
Coach Evans would say, well, not a lot from Caleb Lohner or Richie Saunders still at three as well. Let him fly by. Three is short. Lohner with the rebound. On the run now, Isaacs. Into the corner, Richie Saunders for three. 49% on the season. He's 50% tonight.
I mean, Coach Snell got a hand up. The problem was he had to stay on the bench. Richie was all alone, and back-to-back threes for Saunders.
Oh, Riggs with a nice pirouette, can't get it. Contesting for that board. Wolf sends out Riggs for three, and it goes. Wanted to rattle out, but it stays home.
Not a lot of shots will rattle over him like that, but Riggs able to hit it. How about 4 threes in the second quarter for Springville? That's what they've needed in this matchup tonight.
Rigsby trapped, close to the 5 seconds. Didn't get it.
How about the energy and atmosphere from the visitors tonight, huh?
Not a long drive, just get down Highway 6 over here. Inside of 2 minutes to go. Richie Saunders. Back rimmed, and it climbs over. And here's what I like, he actually had a shot at that for another gym in the state. There's a strap it out of bounds. Timeout on the floor. 1:53 left in the half. You're watching Wasatch Academy basketball.
When I go to an employer, I have military variance and education on my resume, and it's always impressed them. It's always given me that edge. They know that I'm somebody that would be dependable and hardworking, that I know how to work in stressful environments, but still overcome it and get the job done. I know I owe that all to the National Guard and joining the military.
.153 left in the half. Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart back here with you. Inside of a minute 50 to go. As they're still there by Rigsby, and now a timeout granted to Coach Snell. And we'll take it with them. 1:46 left in the half. It's getting heated at Gino Morgan Court.
First to fight for the right and to build the nation's might, and the army goes rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won, and the army goes rolling along.
Can't play music from when I was in high school. I'm gonna end up singing this stinging stuff. 1:46 left in the half, and our intern will as well. He's an old intern.
I'll tell you what, Springville's looked more in sync in this second quarter.
Hey,
I like that.
you don't call him the best color commentator in the business for nothing. Follow a three, or pardon me, Riggs can't get it. Caleb can't pull on the board. It went down along the baseline.
That broadcast school's really paid off.
One of these days, I'm gonna get a hold of Lee Steinberg. We do follow each other on Twitter. That's one of my claims, my favorite things. I'm gonna get set up at the Lee Steinberg school. Down to Riggs. Back rims on the three. Leo fouled on the rebound by Biddison.
You know, we've had some celebrity guests, but if we could get Bob Euchre on here, I would be in heaven. Hey, Bob, if you're listening.
Number 23, Leo Colorario.
We'll see if Jim Detchen get on that one and get us Bob Euchre. But with the 9th game in 13 days?
11.
Oh, 11 days. 9th game in 11 days. Might be a little tired, might have a little JUR.
No wonder my voice feels a little shot, huh?
First free throw good from Leo, and second.
You know, we got the easy part, right?
Yeah. There's Riggs on the push. Send up top. Now into the corner, Biddison. His 3rd three of the quarter.
He only averages 6 points a game coming into tonight, and he's got 11 already.
You know, it's a bit, we bring it up every time. We brought up to Coach Snell this time, say, hey, someone always shows out.
Yep.
As Lohner goes right at this and he gets the bucket.
And that's really the opportunity that Vicentin has tonight to try to shut that down, going up against a future Power 5 basketball player and try to make his notice.
Riggs gets past Richie Saunders and gets to the rim. 40 seconds left in the half in a 9-point game.
Riggs with 9 himself. He's had a nice first half to the ball game tonight for Springville.
Richie Saunders now down to 30 seconds. Send over to Isaacs. Pop has not scored in the second after 10 points in the first. 20 seconds now left in the half. There are no shot clock in, we'll call it Utah High School basketball because I think Wasatch would oblige. 10 seconds to go. Lohner goes right at Vicentin. Pirouette in the lane, can't finish at the rim. 5 seconds. Rebound to Terry, 2-1. Biddison at the horn. Oh, he almost got his 4th three. At the end of the first half, it is Wasatch Academy 41, Springville 32. We'll take a break. Enjoy the top 5 plays and performances of the week. Brought to you by Deseret News Rewind. Guard. Maple Mountain was absolutely on fire against reigning 5A champion Corner Canyon. Tyler Nelson knocked down 4 shots from 3. Then Tanner Broxton poured in 28 points and hit 2 3-pointers. Always say the best for last. Owen Blakely had 18 points on the night. All were from range. He knocked down 6 threes. Maple Mountain beat the Chargers 75-64 at the Corner Canyon Tournament of Champions. Orem's Taft Mitchell just might be one of the most understated players in the state. Walks in the gym, you wouldn't think he's the best player. He was this weekend in every game he played in. Taft had an outstanding weekend in the Pro League shootout, including back-to-back 30-plus point performances against Queen Creek out of Arizona and Wakefield out of Virginia. Region 7 is going to be a lot of fun with Orem's Taft Mitchell. Layton's Ethan Potter off the nice, fine with a 2-handed flush against Olympus.
Oh my goodness!
Holy cow.
Ethan Potter throws it down.
Orem's Colin Hegstead shows he can do more than lay it in around the rim. Rising up and throwing it down. Oh, nice find. Robinson to Hegstead.
Dissecting the Warrior D.
Carter, don't call me Hayden Welling off the alley-oop for Corner Canyon.
As we're now under a minute to go, here's the alley-oop, and Carter Welling with the flush. And he's now got 13. What a beautiful setup.
Wasatch Academy's Caleb Lohner, the future Ute, showing some of his athleticism and burst. Oh, that pirouette and the dunk. And there's a steal by Lohner. Lohner goes at Bobick, pirouette, and flushes. The future Ute putting on a display And then the future Fresno State Bulldog, Leo Colnero, shows he can fly against Rocky out of Idaho. Leo down the lane, and the flush!
His nickname is the Flying Squirrel. He flew on that one. Oh my goodness.
Skyridge girls trailing Olympus at the end of regulation. Kylie Holland with the bucket to send it to overtime. Then in OT, closing seconds, Brooke Lindell finds herself alone, finishes the bucket, and Skyridge gets an early season come-from-behind win against Olympus. Welcome back to the Hardwood. Have a top 5 play that we missed? Hit us up on Twitter at hashtag DNRT5 or at DNewsRewind.
When I go to an employer, I have military variants and education on my resume, and it's always impressed them. It's always given me that edge. They know that I'm somebody that would be dependable and hardworking, that I know how to work in stressful environments, but still overcome it and get the job done. I know I owe that all to the National Guard and joining the military.
First to fight for the right and to build the nation's might, and the army goes rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won, and the army goes rolling along.
When I go to an employer, I have military variance and education on my resume, and it's always impressed them. It's always given me that edge. They know that I'm somebody that would be dependable and hardworking, that I know how to work in stressful environments, but still overcome it and get the job done. I know I owe that all to the National Guard and joining the military.
Alternating possession, it will be Tigers basketball.
And welcome back in Gino Morgan Court. Dusty Lister, Dane Stewart here with you. And Dane, that first half, early going was all Wasatch Academy as Isaacs misses on the three, but late that second quarter, it was all Red Devils.
Yeah, 24-19 second quarter, and it was that, Dusty. The three ball started to fall as Haslam gets in on the action, and look out, it's a 6-point ball game.
He's got 7 points on the night. This was a 22-8 game as Caleb Lohner floats and scores. And that's one of the guys that got to get going. That's 6 points now for Lohner.
Only 4.
Or pardon me, 4.
Yeah, he's been quiet in this game, and you know, Wasatch Academy by and large just settled for that outside shot, so it kind of makes some sense. But where this game's starting to get close again, got to get back inside the paint if you're Wasatch Academy and just try to get back to scoring.
Send out, pump on the three. Oh, right to the rim as he just dissects the defense. And it's Cooper Riggs with the bucket, and it's a 6-point ball game.
He's got 11, Biddison has 11, and you see the respect that Wasatch Academy has for Vicentin, because there was no way that Lohner was going to leave him, which means an uncontested lay-in for Riggs. And those shots that weren't falling in the first quarter, maybe big eyes here at Gino Morgan Court, they're no longer dilated, they're dialed in.
Colmero the lob to Caleb Lohner.
That's where Lohner is just a mismatch. We were talking before the game, feels like he gets 5-6 dunks a game. Get him to the rack and let him flush it down.
Terry, high post. Murphy sent to the corner. Riggs for three. Contested by Isaacs. And all of a sudden everyone's like, wait, where did Cooper Frith travel here?
And the reality is, Riggs is now feeling confident. I mean, that's a good closeout by Wasatch Academy. I thought that shot was a little rushed because of the closeout, but able to drill it, and it's down to 5.
6:09 on a rolling clock as Lohner goes at Vicentin, doesn't get the call.
Wow. Surprised there was no foul there. I thought Vicentin came across the arms, nothing. Coach Evans was out on the floor yelling for it too. I don't blame him.
On the angle now, Riggs. He's got the hot hand, and that's a high post to Mortensen. Back out to Riggs. Pump and pull. Back rim.
That almost went down, Dusty. That did not miss by much.
And a rip by Haslam. Ahead to Terry. A foul on Saunders, and it calls home. 3-point game, +1.
First point of the night for Paul Terry. Coach Snell said he has to be big tonight or it might be a long night. He hasn't had an opportunity to score much yet. What makes maybe the biggest play of this, well, certainly the second half. And Maybe the contest, able to drill back to within one possession here.
Another gut check competition tonight for Wasatch Academy. Again, this team is an independent, does not play in the state tournaments here in Utah. They fight to play in the Geico National Tournament. Every game matters. And it was interesting when we talked to Coach Snell, he's very open. Hey, I got this game for my big man, Vicentin. But right now, I would tell you, this game is for his guys. Is Terry waiting to shoot? I'm not sure what the holdup is.
Yeah, I'm not certain either. Both staffs were having conversations with officials. And I was paying more attention to the Wasatch Academy side.
So Terry completes the +1, and it's 45-43. 5.5 remaining in the third. Mike Saunders on the angle, Colmero. Now Richie. Remember, Vicentin off the floor. This has got to be the Caleb Lohner time. As Mike Saunders there lost the handle. Mike on the drive, center to the corner. Richie. Get into the corner now to Isaacs for three. And pop. Knocks down his second triple.
First point since back in the first quarter. And a great find by Saunders. But Dusty, they weren't able to get it to Lohner. And you got to find a way to get the basketball inside to him, especially with, I mean, you talked about it, right? Vicentin off the floor. They couldn't do it.
5 minutes to go in the third quarter. And
that was really defended on the perimeter, right? They took away a lot of those entry lanes. I don't want to feel like Lohner was not able to get position. He was. It was a great job of defense around the edge to take away the pass.
Just whenever we talk to Coach Evans, talks about teams from Utah is one of his biggest nerves because of how fundamentally sound everyone is and how well they shoot the basketball. As Terry turns that one over.
Vicentin has gauze in the nose, so I'm wondering if that's what some of the delay was for, was to get that dealt with as he comes back on here. I actually thought Vicentin was wearing different colored shoes, but it's just different colors on the angle of the shoe.
He's turning the clocks back from when we were in high school. First of all, the script, the uniforms they've got this year is Isaacs gets called for a travel.
I love the script look, you know that.
I'm aware.
I love the script look. Plus you get the Triton down the shorts. Yeah.
And back to Terry. 5-point advantage for the Wasatch Academy Tigers. Has him off the screen of Mortensen. Going at Colmero, lost his footing. And once again, Riggs gets inside Richie Saunders. He gets the bucket.
Dustin, you tell me, you slide like that, isn't that a travel? Like your feet don't remain stationary.
Well, they remain stationary, it's about keeping the dribble, but that's their argument. Remember we had the one earlier with Caleb Lohner left his feet in the first quarter. We've had a couple of just head-scratching situations. 3:45 to go in the third. Has him up top now to Riggs. Riggs back at Richie Saunders, can't get it to go. Mortensen lost the handle. Lohner on the run. Got numbers. Caleb Lohner sent to the corner. Isaacs for three. His second of the half, his fourth of the ball game.
Maturity by Lohner. You've got a young man trying to pick up the offensive foul. How about the trust to kick it out to pop and not even roll the dice of a potential offensive foul and sharing it with the teammate for the big tray.
Mortensen gets Colmero off his feet, trying to lob inside of Vicentin. Got tipped out to Riggs. Now Terry, 3 minutes left. As Haslam's three goes begging. Tipped out by Mortensen. Vicentin coming out for the screen. Terry floated, back rammed. Vicentin lost the handle, and we will go with Wasatch Academy. Timeout. Timeout on the floor. 2:46 left in the third. You're watching Wasatch Academy basketball.
When I go to an employer, I have military variance and education on my resume, and it's always impressed them. It's always given me that edge. They know that I'm somebody that would be dependable and hardworking, that I know how to work in stressful environments, but still overcome it and get the job done. I know I owe that all to the National Guard and joining the military.
2:46 left in the third quarter. Dusty Lister and Dane Stewart with you. You're watching Wasatch Academy Basketball and High School Rewind, and the Tigers are in another dogfight, Dane.
They are. It's been 37-29 advantage for Springville since that first quarter. It was 22-8, Dusty. And the three ball that was dropping for Wasatch Academy, they've not hit them at the same ratio, and Springville has started.
Loner's ball away. Jay drops.
6 points in this third quarter for Loner. We talked about they need to get him more involved, and they've done it. I think he's played a really good second half here.
Riggs give it up in the corner to Biddison, and Biddison was the one that got things started in that second no-look pass into Mortensen. Gets the foul on Caleb Loner, and Austin Mortensen will go to the line. And actually, David Evans ain't on the floor, and the more you think about it, they're going to give him the shot.
That's one of those where Mortensen, I mean, if you're Loner, you see him. I mean, I don't know what his height is. We don't have it listed on the roster. I'm going to guess, what, 6'1", maybe? And if you're Loner, you're a big 6'9", you see that as an easy block opportunity, a way to continue to gain some momentum, and good patience there by Mortensen to be able to draw the contact.
Mortensen knocks down the first free throw, and it's interesting, Dane, because when we talked to the coach Snell before the game, he said, "Hey, last time I saw you guys, we won a state championship." Remember earlier in that year that Springville went to Pleasant Grove. I mean, well, we're going to do this game because we're going to do it, and they were in it. They lost, right? And Andrew Slack went at Van Coleman, and we thought at the end of that, like, this is going to be a good team. And Springville lost that night, but went on to win a state championship. And that ball goes off of Austin Mortensen. But this has that same feel. They lose this game, so be it. Yeah. But we're learning a lot about Springville.
You know, they lost to Skyridge by 4. That's a really good Skyridge team in 6A.
They'll be in the platinum bracket at the Tartanian Classic.
Right, and you watch this team, and they have all the pieces. You think of 5A this year. There's a lot of parity in 5A. This is a team that is showing they will compete for a state championship.
Big Foose, just like he did in the first half, comes off the bench, gets an offensive board, and a +1. There are a lot of guys to be excited about. I'm more excited to watch Foose develop in the next year.
I really feel like last year, whenever we saw Foose, it was late in games. You just never quite knew what you were going to get from him. It feels like this year he's been much more consistent in his effort, his ability to score, his play at the rim. I love what we've seen defensively from him this year. Boy, he's just rounding out into a really solid player.
He's the top of the full court press, and he forces that one there. 1:49 left in the third. You're watching Wasatch Academy Basketball.
When I go to an employer, I have military variance and education on my resume, and it's always impressed them. It's always given me that edge. They know that I'm somebody that would be dependable and hardworking, that I know how to work in stressful environments, but still overcome it and get the job done. I know I owe that all to the National Guard and joining the military.
1:49 left in the third quarter. Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart with you here at Geno Morgan Court. As always, our commentary brought to you by presented by Heidemann and Associates and brought to you by the Utah Army National Guard. We'll have our Utah Army National Guard consistent performer at the end of this game. As Riggs has that one stole by Big Foose. Try to get into Rigsby and it's picked off by Terry. Thought he stepped out of bounds and he did.
How about the hustle there by Foose? I mean, you kind of throw it away, it gets deflected, but then able to get back and help get it back for your team.
Inbound into Foose and hands back to Isaacs. 3 for Isaacs. Partway down and out. And the rebound on the run. There's a steal. Palmero got his hands on it. Here comes Isaacs. 1.5 to go in the third. Richie, oh, he's swatted away by Vicentin. And it'll be Wasatch Academy basketball.
How about the athleticism of the big man, Vicentini? Or Vicentin. I threw an extra I. You don't think he's going to be able to move like that. You have Pop going down the lane, and he just comes out of nowhere from behind and rejects it.
Isaacs, quick find into Palmero. And Leo, is that his first bucket tonight?
No, that's his second. He had a field goal back in the first, but it's been a quiet night for Leo offensively.
Riggs off the mark. Rigsby, Isaacs, for 3.
5 main three-pointers for Richard Isaacs tonight. 19 points.
Break the press, and it's Austin Mortensen burying the 3. Inside of a minute to go, down to 55 seconds.
They needed that because it started to feel like the avalanche was coming, and anything you can do to try to slow down the Wasatch Academy offense at this point, if you're Springville, you need it.
Foose lost the handle and then walks into a steal. 45 seconds left in the third.
He's got his steals per game. It's skyrocketing right now,
Man. Inside of 40 seconds left, Isaacs backs it out. Work on the closely guarded. Isaacs into the corner. Foose for 3. Lipped out. 25 seconds to go. Murphy into the corner. Riggs passes it up. Floats it. No. Rebound to Foose. 18 seconds. Isaacs. Lob it up. Lohner couldn't get to it. And now on the run.
Vicentin able to hustle back and break it up.
Riggs on the drive. Can't get it. Vicentin with the follow. 5 seconds left. 2, 1 will count. We head to the fourth quarter. Wasatch Academy 61, Springville 52.
First to fight for the right and to build the nation's might, and the army goes rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won, and the army goes rolling along.
Start of the fourth quarter, Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart with you. And you keep thinking Wasatch Academy's going to pull away, and right now they're right on the brink. But Springville keeps reeling them back in.
Yeah, I mean, the last minute or two of that third quarter, how about Vicentin? A couple hustle plays defensively, gets rewarded with a putback on the offensive end. The big man would love to try to get him more established in the half-court offense for Springville. See if they can do that here in the fourth quarter.
Terry working on Lohner, hands back to Mortensen. Austin leaves it for Vicentin, lost the handle. Now on the run. Here's Isaacs, over to Lohner. Caleb tried to dribble through and loses it. Murphy gives it up. Terry for three. Back rim. Leo taps it out. Here comes Rigsby. Watch out. Rigsby blocked by Vicentin. And on the other end, Riggs misses at the rim. Leo lost the handle. Out to Riggs for three. Mortensen can't get the 21 putback. And Cole Merrill pulls down the rebound.
Boy, a couple opportunities for Springville, and they can't capitalize.
Off the miss, here comes Springville, 6:40 to go. Mortensen sends back out to Murphy, now Riggs. Riggs on the drive, gets the bucket.
Cole Merrill kind of got the hand in there, but we've seen a couple missed calls, so I kind of am glad that they didn't give that one, just because I think that we've had some inconsistencies.
Foose at Vicentin, can't get it, gets his own rebound, stepped out of bounds.
This is a team averaging 100 points, over 100 points a game this year.
104.
61.
Off. Remember, we mentioned 9 games in 11 days. Back to back, they're going to play 3 in a row. Now they're young, and everyone will say that. But here's the other part. Springville playing well, but shots aren't dropping tonight. Shots are at a premium.
Yeah.
Riggs.
How about Pop to stay right on the hit, not foul there?
Mortensen ends up being all alone, maybe 2 open. Misses the J. And it's Cole Merrill with the rebound, and Foose walked right into that one. Mortensen with the loose ball, and it's a 5-point game. Crazy night here at Judo Morgan Court.
When I go to an employer, I have military variance and education on my resume, and it's always impressed them. It's always given me that edge. They know that I'm somebody that would be dependable and hardworking, that I know how to work in stressful environments, but still overcome it and get the job done. I know I owe that all to the National Guard and joining the military.
First to fight for the right and to build the nation's might, and the army goes rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won, and the army goes rolling along.
A little quick on the draw there. We'll restart it. Alexander Hamilton. I shouldn't go there. Shouldn't go there. That was a mistake. 5:44 left in the fourth. Right now for Wasatch Academy, where you turn for a hoop.
Loner off the floor here.
And here's the next part is Saunders on the drive. Mike got caught in the air. Sent out to Cole Merrill. And Cole Merrill fouled by Vicentin. And Vicentin, I love the demeanor. Here's the thing when they come play here. Wasatch Academy is not trash talkers. They don't try to big time anyone. And it's been fun to watch Vicentin tonight. He's the first one to go pick someone up. And that fits right in with what Wasatch Academy does here too. And you see him point himself in the head like, what am I doing?
Yeah, well, it was one of those where, I mean, he's looking right at Riggs and said, I should have backed off, right? I came into that. That's on me. You're right, Dustin. I've noticed the same thing from Vicentin. Whenever there's been a block, and there's been plenty of opportunity, and even there, he boxes out Foose, who's like, what are you doing? It's 2 shots. He's like, my bad. Sorry, dude. I kind of got lost.
But this is a guy that he's rising, trying to rise to the occasion. Yeah, this is one of the best opportunities to have to see how good he can be.
Yeah.
Leo got the first and the second. Full court press still on from the Tigers as Murphy just got that in. Here comes the trap. Terry got that one back to Murphy.
This is one of the things that Coach Snell wanted to see. How would his team handle this trap and pressure?
Doesn't have to be clean, but it got across as Murphy lost the handle. Terry got it, and Vicentin finishes.
I don't know how there was room on that far sideline to stay in bounds. I thought Wasatch Academy had it locked up, and next thing you know, Springville's out of the match with a lay-in.
Haven't had anything profound to say about some of the stuff that's happened in the last few minutes. There's no way to explain it. You're going to review this film, both coaching staffs will, and there'll be no explanation for some of the stuff that's happened. Isaac stripped. Terry on the push. Transition 3. It's a 2-point game with 4.5 minutes to go.
And it was Terry. When I asked the question, who's going to be the young man to step up tonight, the answer from Coach Snow was Terry. We thought it was going to be Biddison based on how the game was going, or Riggs. But Terry, with a huge made 3 there, had a big 3-point play in the third, a 3 there, and it's back to 2.
4:15 left in the fourth. Rigsby backs out. No Saunders, no Lohner.
And Dave Evans has lost the tie.
Isaacs. Now over to Saunders. Mike gonna take it right to the rim, plus the bucket. Austin Mortensen was standing under the hoop, and I completely agree. Count the bucket. Saunders goes to the line.
We talked about Mike Saunders. He was the MVP of that tournament last week up in Warren, Utah. And you mentioned, where do you go when you need a bucket? Give it to the experienced Mike Saunders Jr. And how about that finish at the rim, through contact, and a chance for a 3-point play for the future Bearcat.
Saunders steps up to the line, and that was the same thing that worked against Rocky Mountain. Get him on the angle. Doesn't go from the top of the key, take him from the angle.
He's got the speed to get around you. Great finish by Saunders.
And Mike completes the 3-point play. 3:53 to go.
He plays fast, but he plays calm. I love Mike Saunders Jr. game.
Terry. Now the reach called on Rigsby, and a rarity in the Wasatch Academy game. We're late in the fourth quarter, only the 4th team foul.
Yeah, I think they've been really good tonight to not commit a bunch of fouls, which we've seen in past games.
Because tonight it would really hurt, of all nights.
Yeah.
As Vicentin holds up top, gets it out. Haslam working on Colmero. 3:35 to go. Haslam to the corner to Terry, guarded by Saunders. Now Riggs. Riggs can't get past Isaacs. Mortensen, fall away, won't go. And a rebound collected by Colmero.
Well, he cleared it out, but just left it short.
Isaacs right to the rim, and then draws a foul. And it'll be 2 free throws for Richard Isaacs Jr.
Third on Vicentin. Fourth. It's one of those where if you're Springville, you can't take him off the floor. You got to leave him on. You just need him to play smart these last 3:19.
Please make sure you have your children with you. Thank you.
3:19 to go in the fourth. As Isaacs goes in line, 4 personals now on Vicentin. That's the 4th team foul on the Red Devils. As Isaacs knocks down the first.
How about this? If my numbers are correct, Isaacs is the only Wasatch Academy Tiger in double figures tonight.
Saunders has Richie has 9.
Saunders has 9. Lohner has 8.
Isaacs got them both. Here comes Riggs. Lost the handle. Riggs gives up to Terry. Timeout. Coach Snell, full timeout on the floor. 3:09 left in the fourth. You're watching Wasatch Academy basketball.
When I go to an employer, I have military variance and education on my resume, and it's always impressed them. It's always given me that edge. They know that I'm somebody that would be dependable and hardworking, that I know how to work in stressful environments, but still overcome it and get the job done. I know I owe that all to the National Guard and joining the military.
3:09 left in the fourth quarter. 7-point lead for the Tigers. Inbound to Haslam. He's short. Moose with the board, hands off to Isaacs.
Quick shot, tough shot. You're spinning around in the corner.
Cole Merrill looking for the 5th foul and doesn't get it.
How about Vicentin playing with 4, able to stay straight up.
And Mortensen scores on the other end. 2:45 to go.
They won't go away. You mentioned it, Dusty. Wasatch Academy's tried to pull away a couple times. They haven't been able to.
David Evans is absolutely bewildered by what he's seeing tonight in a lot of other areas. 2.5 to go. Saunders in the corner, and Rigsby had left his spot. (68-63). Riggs into the corner. Mortensen. Back to a 2-point game. 3 times in the second half, the Red Devils have pushed it to 2. They have not been able to tie.
Mortensen only averaging 5 a game. He's got 16 tonight.
Isaacs with the blow-by. And the bucket! And again, Vicente not picking up number 5.
Well, I thought there was contact there, and Isaacs right now running down, holding his wrist.
Mortensen to the rim. 5 points now, back consecutively here for Mortensen. We have a timeout coming for Isaacs.
Not looking good.
And they got to take it. Isaacs is holding his wrist. They have to call the timeout. 1:37 left in the fourth quarter. We have an officials timeout. You're watching. Oh.
When I go to an employer, I have military variance and education on my resume, and it's always impressed them. It's always given me that edge. They know that I'm somebody that would be dependable and hardworking, that I know how to work in stressful environments, but still overcome it and get the job done. I know I owe that all to the National Guard and joining the military.
Isaacs has to leave the floor. He was doubled over. I don't blame the officials, but here's the thing. 2-point lead here for Wasatch Academy. Dane, they've only lost 2. Wasatch Academy in the last 4 years or 5 years only lost 2 games in the state of Utah. The last was Zach Celius and the Bountiful.
Yeah, I was thinking it might be longer than that. It's been a long time.
As Saunders is fouled. Well, that was 2014.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the last.
And they lost, I think they lost 2 games in the state that year. Lone Peak, you called that game. And then lost to Celius and Bountiful.
Yeah. Isaac's back on the floor, so good to see if you're a Wasatch Academy fan. Loner back on as well.
Minute 20 to go. Mike Saunders. We'll back things out. Only 5 fouls on Springville, 4 fouls on Wasatch Academy. As Isaacs gets inside Mortensen, and 1! Pop gets to the rim and the bucket.
Boy, just gutting through. I mean, they took that timeout. He's like, I'm fine. They made him somehow bring it back in. How about one-on-one? You're banged up. He's still, you can tell, kind of shook up and able to go right to the rack. He knows that's where his strength is. Able to finish and a chance to put it back up by 5.
And he's short. Out of bounds off of Austin Mortensen.
Wow. I thought that was off Leo. I didn't have a great angle on it. The official was right there.
Inside to Colmero, and that will be number 5 on Vicentin.
Boy, if you're Mortensen, stick that hand up, but not going to be able to complete that sales job, and Vicentin is fouled out. I've got him unofficially with 8 points tonight. I've got 4 blocks for the young man. Couldn't keep track of rebounds. Not his average, but Dusty, I think a really good effort tonight from the senior center for Springville.
It's a big ovation. So Vicentin goes to the bench. Biddison comes on. It's all shooters for Coach Snell in the last 103. Leo got makes the front end. Has another.
Leo, 78% foul shooter. He's made 5 of them from the line tonight.
And rolls on the second.
He now has 10, so now Wasatch Academy does have a second player in double figures.
Here comes Haslam. Haslam terminates. Sends up to Riggs, 54 seconds left. Riggs working on Isaacs. Riggs, he stops. Sends out Terry. That's wide. And out of bounds off of, no, Mortensen saves it. Saunders ahead to Rigsby, who throws it down. And that might be the difference. Riggs comes off the rim. And the rebound to Lohner. Hands back to Colmero. And now the foul. It'll be one-on-one free throws on the other end of the floor. Wasatch Academy got a scare, and it looks like they're going to go put this thing away.
How about Austin Mortensen? You know, we had a chance to see him in football this year. And was one of the state's leading touchdown reception man. And that ball is going out of bounds, and you think it's done. And Mortensen, hey, I don't care if I slam my shoulder into a cement wall. I'm going to save that thing. And it ends up being Rigsby on the other end. But Colomero, more free throws. And got a scare. You mentioned it, Dusty. But Wasatch Academy, sometimes you just got to grit out a win.
Yeah.
And they had to grit it out tonight. And I know Coach Evans probably lost a couple of years on his life tonight. But, good resolve shown by the home Tigers to pull this one out.
As Riggs goes right to the rim, and a timeout, Coach Snell. They'll take a full timeout. 19 and a half left in the fourth. You're watching Wasatch Academy basketball. $19 and a half left, and Dane Musician, we talked to David Evans before the game. He told us that, hey, I've scouted Springville, I've watched them. He said, this team could win the 5A state championship.
Yeah, and I think you see the effort tonight and the way they competed. Remember, they trailed, by 14 at the end of the first, and I think it was bigger than that in the second. And able to come back multiple times and hang around here late. And really, the final score, I don't know what it's going to be, but it's not going to be indicative of how close this game was competed. And I know Coach Evans, you're going to want to watch the handshake line because he's going to go through and have a conversation with some of these Red Devils and with Coach Snell himself. Yeah. He does that when kids come out and ball. And Springville balled tonight. And watch out, 5A. Region 8 is really good. Yeah. Springville is really, really good.
Really, really good. Well, we saw on Saturday, they're winning against Rocky Mountain. First of all, he talked with Cooper Frith forever, and then even longer.
Yeah.
With Dane Roy, the head coach at Rocky. As it's a 10-point lead.
And I had Wasatch Academy people reach out to me and ask about, hey, how did this player do? How did that player do? Because I keep stats. There's a reason why you want to play Wasatch Academy. They'll go to bat for your players.
Right.
When you've got talented players, and we'll see that here tonight.
And what a night tonight at Gino Morgan Court. One of the best games this floor has seen in a while. The Wasatch Academy Tigers get the win, 80-70 over Springville. Dane, your tough pick. You got to pick a Utah Army National Guard assistant performer.
Well, to me, this one's pretty easy. I know there are big plays made late by a few guys for Wasatch Academy, but they don't win this game if it's not for the consistency of Pop-Pop. Richard Isaacs tonight finished unofficially with a game-high 25. He had 5 3-pointers tonight. Gutted through tough hand injury late. He's fine, but able to get some big finishes late after that point. I think Richard Isaacs is my guy for Utah Army National Guard, most consistent performer.
Absolutely, does a great pick. Again, our final score, Wasatch Academy 80, Springville 70. Our Utah Army National Guard consistent performer, Richard Isaacs Jr., known as Pop Pop in these parts. Well, it's been a fun one tonight. Go watch this one again and watch our videos on Deseret News Rewind. We'll be recapping the basketball week. Everything that was. For Vince Francis, our whole crew, Dane Stewart, I'm Dusty Lister. Thanks for joining us and watching Wasatch Academy basketball on High School Rewind.